welcome to the channel, and today I'm gonna be telling you about some creepy unsolved cases that happened on Halloween. If y'all haven't yet, go shop Pretty Unique Cosmetics and get yourself some lip gloss, y'all. Okay, so I'll be reading off my laptop. On Halloween in 1979, the identified body of a young woman was found in a concrete culvert near Interstate 35, just outside of Georgetown, Texas. The victim appeared to be in her 20s and had been SA'd before she was strangled to death. It seemed likely she was murdered that very same day, and only unique clues to her identity was a silver oval-shaped ring on her finger. The victim was nude, and the only garment of clothing she had on was a pair of orange socks. Since the young woman was never identified, Orange Socks became her nickname. Years later, serial killer Henry Lee Lucas confessed to the murder of Orange Socks. He even stated that he had sex with her corpse after she was dead. However, Lucas did not know the woman's identity. He claimed he picked her up while hitchhiking and only remembered that her name was Joni or Judy. After being sentenced to death for the woman's murder in 1984, Lucas recanted his confession in order to have his sentence commuted. Indeed, further investigation showed that Lucas was likely working in Florida on the day of the murder. Lucas was notorious for frequently confessing to murders he had never committed, and no one is sure how many people he actually killed. Henry Lewis died in prison in 2001. That's crazy. It's too many serial killers out here, y'all. Too many. And that's sad. He's disgusting. I think he did it, though. I think he lied about not doing it, and I think he did, and I think he's disgusting. Blech. Okay, so this one is called the Walker County Jane Doe. Oh shoot, it's my son's birthday right here, y'all. On the morning of November the 1st, 1980, she was born in 1980. A truck driver discovered the nude body of a teenage girl next to the Interstate 45 just outside of Huntsville in Walker County, Texas. Dang, everything go down in Texas. Ooh. The victim had been SA'd before she was beaten and strangled to death. Since the young girl was never identified, she was simply to become known as the Walker County Jane Doe. It's estimated that she had been murdered several hours before her discovery, and a potential interesting backstory began to emerge to this girl when witnesses came forward to report their interactions with her on Halloween night. After being led out of a vehicle by an unidentified male at a nearby South End Gulf Station, Jane Doe had reportedly asked numerous people for directions for the Ellis Union prison, claiming she had plans to visit a friend there. However, when her photograph was circulated among the inmates at Ellis Unit, no one would admit to knowing her. Later that night, a truck stop witness had a similar conversation with Jane Doe. The girl claimed she was 19 years old, hailed from the Arkansas Pass area, and seemed to imply that her parents did not care about her. Since this girl was killed exactly 1 year after Orange Socks murder, and there was numerous similarities between the two crimes, Henry Lee Lucas was considered a possible suspect. However, there was never any evidence to connect Lucas to the murder, and the Walker County Jane Doe remained unidentified. I ain't gonna lie, since it said Texas, I was thinking it could have been him too. But shoot, I think he did it. I think he did it too. Cause that man, he gotta be sick. I think he did it too. That's sad. Yeah, I think he just sick. Okay. This one is the mysterious death of Chris Jenkins. Chris Jenkins was a 21-year-old student from the University of Minnesota who visited a downtown Minneapolis bar on Halloween night in 2002. After leaving the bar around midnight, Chris vanished without a trace. He remained a missing person for 4 months until his body was discovered in the Mississippi River. Since Chris was still wearing his Halloween costume, all indications was that he died shortly after he disappeared. Chris was heavily intoxicated that night, and since his cause of death was determined to be drowning, authorities initially believed it was an accident or suicide. His parents refused to believe this and pressed for a more thorough investigation. Finally, in 2006, the death was classified as a homicide. Go parents, go parents. While the authorities have withheld specific details, they claim that an incarcerated suspect told them he was present when Chris was murdered and thrown off a bridge into the river. Even though police believe this man's stories to be credible, no charges were ever filed. However, one possible theory is that Chris Jenkins could have been a victim in the mysterious smiley face murders. During this time period, approximately 40 male college students in the United States were victims in a bizarre series of drowning deaths. In some of these cases, unexplained smiley face graffiti was found near the body of water when the victim drowned. This led to some theorize these deaths are connected and that the victim was drugged before being thrown into the body of water to make their murder look like an accidental drowning. While no smiley face graffiti was found in connection to Jenkins' death, investigators could not overlook its similarities to many other unsolved cases. Suspicious. It really just make you think. I think they really be on to something. They be like, I think it's you. You know? I think they really be on to something. Sadly, it don't be enough evidence. I know you're not allowed to do this, but I will put it on you. I'd be like, you did this, didn't you? I don't know nothing about the smiley face murderers, though. I don't know who that is. But, all I know, these people sick. I'm gonna do one more story. This is the murder of Nema Louise Carter. On Halloween night in 1977, the parents of 19-month-old Louise, oh shoot, dang it. Oh dang, I really did not want to do a baby. I really did not want to do a baby. Oh. But I'm gonna keep going. On Halloween night in 1977, the parents of 19-month-old how I say her name at first? Nema Louise Carter placed their child inside her crib at their Lawton, Oklahoma home. The next morning, Nema's parents were shocked to discover she was missing. Since the window in Nema's bedroom was locked, it's theorized that her abductor had been hiding in the closet and sneaked the child out the house while her parents were sleeping in the living room. A month later, a group of children were playing in the abandoned house 4 blocks away from the Carter's home. When they opened up the house refrigerator, they received a horrifying shock. Oh, my bad. They received a horrifying shock when the decomposed body of an infant came tumbling down. The child was identified as Nema Louise Carter, who died of suffocation. A similar crime had occurred in Lawton in April 1976 when a pair of 3-year-old twin sisters, Mary and Tina Carpenter, were lured out of their home by a young woman and forcibly confined inside a refrigerator at another abandoned house. When the sisters were found 2 days later, Mary had suffocated, but Tina managed to survive. Tina identified her abductor as a local teenage babysitter named Jocelyn. Ooh, I'm gonna butcher the heck out of this name. Robidios. Robidius. However you say that, y'all. However, the child's age made her testimony unreliable, and there wasn't enough corroborating evidence to file charges at that time. Jocelyn eventually became a babysitter for Nema Louise Carter. She was an obvious suspect after Nema's murder, but once again, there was no evidence to implicate her. Years later, Jocelyn was finally charged with Mary Carpenter's murder and given a life sentence. She died in prison of liver cancer in 2005, but never admitted to steal unsolved murder of Lena Louise Carter. So out of all people, she died of liver cancer. I really want her to suffer. Well, she probably did suffer with cancer. I want her to live. She is sick. She was a teenage killer. I was not expecting that. That's a twist. For the killer to be a teenager, really unexpected. That girl is sick. And why are you hurting kids? Why hurt anybody? But especially a child. Like, I'm glad she had life. That's awful. That's awful. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. And also follow us on all social media platforms if you're into cosmetics. At Per Unique Cosmetics on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Don't forget Pinterest. I am on Pinterest, y'all. Go follow me on Pinterest. And thank you for watching. Bye guys.